Warning, we cannot stress enough that you shouldn't take anything we say seriously, or whatever our lawyer told us to say.
So I was like, hey, you're not allowed to put that there, mister. Oh, sorry, I didn't see it there. Hey, folks, and welcome to our podcast. It's a bad therapy podcast that we call Lower Social Value. I'm Joe.
And I'm Ben.
So we're here. We did it. We're going to saturate the internet further with our opinions because our family got tired of listening to us, so we're going to make all of you listen to us.
Yeah, we've been basically banned from speaking at any of our family events anymore because our opinions are so just horrible that we're lucky we're even invited at this point. So,
well, I think part of the thing is you need to stop walking into the family dinners and being like, oh, why does it smell like caca and wee-wees in here?
I do not say that ever.
Why does it smell like pee-pee and poo-poo? I thought you said we were having spaghetti, not pee-pee and poo-poo. Anyways, so the reason why we titled our show Lower Social Value is we have a little sister. Well, I have a little sister.
I have an older sister.
We have a few sisters. We have 3 sisters. Ben has 3 sisters. I have 4. Ben counts as a girl.
I am not a lady. You can't prove it. You have not seen my wee-wee or my caca or my balls. So we have a sister and her friend supposedly thinks that tattoos lower your social value, and he made his opinion very clear. And so when our sister told us this at the time, it stuck, and we decided that we were going to pursue podcasting. So shout out to
whatever his name is.
He really inspired us to do this, so you should all be thanking him too, because now you get a weekly bad therapy podcast.
Yeah, we were really liking the phrase lower social value, and as we were getting our matching Star Wars tattoos on our thighs, we were like, do we want to do a band or a podcast? And we just kind of decided, you know what, let's just make everyone hear our voices for however long we decide to record. But anyway, so weekly, we are here to give our bad therapy. We are not licensed to do anything good for you. So we want to, have people message us on Instagram or X or whatever you're on, and give us your questions. Hopefully if you have beef with somebody else, you're going to tell us that, and we can just air out all your dirty laundry and make fun of it.
Oh yeah, we love dirty laundry on this podcast. But we're here definitely to not help your relationships necessarily, but definitely do something to them. So please bring your beef up here, and then listen to it with your friends. So present whatever beef you have, and then listen to this later and just watch your friendship fall to pieces. Right?
Yeah, we can absolutely not help you. And honestly, I think our tattoos help with our social value, only because I look like if Danny DeVito was on stilts, and you... What, look like a shark when you're swimming backwards?
People don't say I look like a shark. They say I look like the whole freaking yacht in the ocean.
Like the iceberg? The iceberg that killed that Titanic?
Oh no, there's a second iceberg.
Oh man. Have you ever seen the Titanic?
No. It's I get pressured to watch it all the time with Kendall, but it's just, I can't imagine it's a good movie. So...
I was dating a girl in high school, and she really wanted me to watch it. So she turned it on. We got about 10 minutes in before she got up and frustratedly turned off the TV because I wasn't having it.
So you brought up the Titanic for us to talk about in a podcast, and neither of us have experience with the movie The Titanic.
I have 10 minutes of experience. Was I watching it? No.
10 minutes of experience. A book about Joe's relationships.
I have 10 minutes of experience, and boy, oh boy, there was a lot going on in that 10 minutes. None of it was good.
Oh, man. Speaking of shows and movies, though, I know one thing you wanted to talk about was The Vampire Diaries, because you've been texting my wife all week about it, and so I've been listening. She reads me your texts, and I don't understand a word she's saying.
I text her the real stuff. What I wanted to say here was, did you know that the 2 good guy vampires absolutely were Confederates. The setting of the show is in the South, and these vampires have lived since the 1800s. They for sure were racist.
Maybe they were on the good side. You don't know.
No, they weren't, because in the show they talk about fighting for the South.
Oh, you left out that detail. That seems like an important detail.
And then every house of like these founding families, they brush over it, but absolutely had slave sellers in the basement. And there was one time that the mayor's son brought it up, and the mayor was just like, yeah, we don't talk about those.
Racist vampires be like, I want to buy your slave.
That's one black person.
Oh, it's racist Sesame Street. Elmo doesn't like racists. Elmo kills racists.
We all know Oscar the Grouch is absolutely one of them.
Oh yeah.
That's why he's in the trash can. He's hiding from Elmo.
Oscar the Grouch. Can you spare me $1? Elmo. Elmo doesn't talk to homeless people.
Is Oscar the Grouch homeless, or is that his home?
He lives. Well, is the street a homeless person's home?
No.
Oh. Well, then my point is gone. So let's.
No, because they are without a home. If they choose to live at a campsite in a tent, technically they don't have a house, but their tent is their home.
I got you.
I
think Oscar the Grouch didn't want to pay, subsidiary taxes on a house, and so he moved into a trash can where they can't tax him legally on his property. That's probably it. Elmo commits tax fraud with Oscar the Grouch.
Oh,
I can only do an Elmo impression, apparently. I didn't even know I could do it until just like 2 seconds ago when I tried it.
Anyway, we're going to get to our questions now, so we're sorry about that. It's going to get worse. So our first question is from Max in Utah. And his question was, if you won the lottery, what would you do with the money? I would give heavily to Big Pharma.
Like you would buy a bunch of prescription pills and use them, or?
Yes and no. They're unrelated. I would just...
I'm a pill popper, but that's not what I mean.
I would just toss Pfizer 13 mil, and what I would want to do is have them create what Ra's al Ghul and the Scarecrow did in Batman Begins.
To gas a city of people, essentially, into becoming afraid of everything.
Yes.
So Joe wants to live in Gotham.
Yeah.
And so Big Pharma is kind of like the Scarecrow, which...
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Scarecrow, I'm not sure how a Scarecrow got an MD, but...
It's kind of honestly impressive.
But at the same time, they have a penguin running the city, so...
Yeah, that was crazy when the penguin came out and he just was like...
Pitter pattering and waddling around.
Yeah. Oh no, it's the penguin.
I think you did a duck sound. That's not what penguins sound like.
Let me pull up an MP3 of a penguin really quickly for this bit.
Ben's just over here Googling penguin sounds.
Not the worst thing in my search history.
Please no. Mom. Oh no, it's the penguin. Penguin's got Rachel. Looks like Rachel belongs to the penguin now, because boy oh boy, I'm not touching that thing. Because naturally Batman says things like boy oh boy. Gee willikers.
Oh geez. Oh geez, Rick.
If you think about it, and I don't recommend you think about it too much, Rick and Morty is actually just the sequel to Batman and Robin.
They turn Robin into a pickle. It's the funniest damn thing I've ever seen.
Or we could give money to the Civil War reenactment troops, and they can start the Civil War.
Like
the real Civil War. We pay for military people to start a Civil War, and they take it on the road. Different countries, Civil War,
world tour. This is gonna ruin the tour.
What tour?
The Civil War world tour.
Yeah, just like each country is fighting each other. We get rid of France. We nuke it.
Oh wait, so like separate. Wait, hold on, I was gonna say separate storylines, but then you decided to nuke France in the middle of all this.
Well, we don't need France. Is the thing. Sorry if there's anybody listening from France. This is all jokes. However, some jokes are rooted in truth.
Welcome back to the please don't put us on a FBI watch list podcast where we discuss all of the different ways we can be put on a watch list.
Yeah.
Disclaimer: France, we love France. France. If any French people want to listen to our podcast, go for it. Just
yeah, we brother.
Once we have a visual version out, you'll see every time we talk about French people, we'll put our fist up in solidarity.
Yeah.
We
believe in France.
we believe
in France.
We believe in baguettes.
Croissant.
Carlos French.
What would you do with the money?
I would probably want to donate the money so that we can find a way to redirect, power in the grid more towards my house so my phone charges quicker, and less towards maybe children's hospitals. Maybe that's an idea. That's the first thing that came to mind. I'm not really sure why they need so much power.
I mean, you have a point that hospitals exist. Why do we need specific hospitals?
Yeah, especially for children.
I think what you do is Hunger Games style with this treatment for kids. And you can do it for adults too. I'm not opposed to that.
Well, Hunger Games style wouldn't be adults though. Hunger Games is for the kids. We can't take that away from them.
Hunger Games is for the kids.
Saturdays are for the boys, and Hunger Games is for the kids.
No, see, you with each individual hospital, naturally with less power, they're all going to be like overcrowded, and so like President Snow did in the Hunger Games, because most people don't know, but the Hunger Games was actually about children's healthcare. That's why they chose children, was because, we need to have space to treat these kids. So you round them up.
Thank you, President Snow. Everybody, round of applause for President Snow.
El Presidente.
Thank you,
Oh,
President
Captain,
Snow,
my captain.
for clearing up space for more children in these hospitals. That's the Hunger Games.
But anyways, so what you do is you call out random. They're all in raffles.
Yeah.
And they fight to the death. And the kid who comes out on top gets the treatment. We got to keep the strong ones.
That's horrible.
I did say it was going to get worse. This actually, you know what, listener, yeah, that one's on you. You kept listening.
Yeah, Franklin, stop listening to our podcast.
Yeah, Frankie, stop it.
Frank. Classic Frank.
No, but seriously, I would just buy a bunch of buildings.
So our next question is from a person from San Diego, California, and her name is Kendall. She was asking if she could get any advice on how to get her baby to stop crying so much. Her baby is about a month old and just cries constantly, apparently. It's driving her absolutely crazy.
I cry constantly when I watch radio or A Walk to Remember. That's just a side note. That's just... Here, welcome to Joe's Corner, where I tell you things I would cry about. And I haven't cried for years because I've avoided those movies.
Okay.
So first thing, don't let your kids watch radio or A Walk to Remember, because they'll cry for sure.
Yeah, so that's a good point. Don't let them watch anything that'll make them emotional. Shield them from their emotions. That's number one.
Teach the baby, a month old, that's old enough for them to understand walls. You got to put up walls around your heart and your soul, and
Gotta
don't let anybody in, and live as a psychopath would.
Put physical walls around your baby in a room until they come to terms with the hard realities of life.
Put physical walls around your baby, then put a top on top of those walls, and leave your baby in another room. Boom. Now you won't hear it crying. Hey, it's better than my initial thought when I heard this question, which was pillow. And you can do whatever you want with that pillow.
Like lay the pillow down so you can set the baby on it. Is it comfortable?
You could also make it stop crying.
Or like cover your ears.
Have you ever heard of a mother that
Smotherly?
Yeah, like that, but less emotional, if you catch my drift.
So we're going to have to bleep out what you just said for sure. Okay. You know what a better answer would be? Just earplugs.
Yeah. Don't fix the problem. Ignore the problem. Headphones.
What's better than putting a pillow?
And if you put headphones on, you can listen to this trash while your baby's crying in another room.
They have like high quality earbuds for like gun ranges you could use. Like there's no way that your first reaction was bleep child.
Yeah. First reaction, physical violence. The second reaction, headphones.
Well, and that's the thing.
Third reaction, whiskey. It works well.
I would just like to say, every time we go to record anything, or actually, you know what? Side note, put that aside. Every time we have a conversation, if I bring up the word murder one time, and this is, by the way, disclaimer, this is not because I think that Joe is actually going to ever do anything here. I don't think this is admissible in court anyway. But every time we talk about murder, I just like turn my mouth off for about 20 minutes and listen to him rant about all of the best ways to like get the job done.
Here's the thing. I have a criminology degree. I have a background in law enforcement. There are good and bad ways to do it.
Yeah.
There are absolutely ways to get away with it.
Yeah.
I actually found out a new one. I'm watching another show, Person of Interest.
Oh,
I think it was in Person of Interest. There's you know in like movies where there's murder or shows where there's murder, they always put lye in the grave. That's because it breaks down the body. I thought it was just for the smell.
Wait, they put what in the grave?
Lye.
What's lye?
What is lye and where can I get it? Lye is a strong alkaline chemical that's used in many products and processes, including soap making, food preparation, and cleaning. Basically, it just breaks down things.
Oh, well, so you're saying use that pre-death or
lye? No, that would hurt. Lye is highly caustic and corrosive and can cause severe burns and permanent skin damage. Why are we putting this in food prep?
Yeah.
But basically, it just breaks down the body. So don't use this as your source site for when you get caught.
You know,
okay?
Wait, hold on. Speaking of the best ways to murder, I think you get an umbrella gun. Kind of like
Umbrella gun is good.
our friend from Gotham, the Penguin.
Oh no, he's got an umbrella. Oh no, why did I give this penguin an umbrella? I'm scared of birds.
Walks into a pizza parlor. Give me all your pizza. My penguin has a gun. Apparently he works with the penguin now. I don't know.
This is my best friend, the penguin.
This is my best friend, the penguin. And he has an umbrella gun. Give me your pizza, Papa John.
Yeah, you know him as Oswald, but I know him as the penguin. He's my little penguin. I wonder if Batman had other voices, you know? There's like the standard Bruce Wayne, you know, in the boardroom.
Yeah.
And
he's
then
like
it's
stocks and stuff.
Yeah, and then it's like, you know, Joker, don't do that. You're not supposed to kill people.
He's laying on his stomach, kicking his feet up. Rachel,
where are the other drugs going?
Rachel, I can't stay here. I have to go fight the Joker.
And while the penguin is just the penguin, you also have the scarecrow, who is literally just a scarecrow, so he can't do anything.
He just like stands there.
And the Joker is Sal from Impractical Jokers. You have 1 hour
So-
to explode the boat.
So your punishment is see that boat over there? It's triggered to explode. Press the button, Sal. Press the button.
Yeah. Now, when I say go, you press the button and the boat explodes. Murr and Joe are just on 2 different boats.
Yeah, Q's the one. And they're both laughing like, which one are you going to pick? We're just New Yorkers. What can we say? Oh, man. Yeah. Sorry, quick quick.
This entire thing has been a side thing.
Quick. What?
This is a side quest.
No, it's a
Welcome
side
to our
note.
podcast, Side Quest.
I started thinking about, I said something about robbing Papa John's. And then it got me thinking about like Jimmy John's. And I was wondering, when is Jimmy John's going to get its own pedophile? Kind of like Subway with Jared.
Yeah, I think the thing with sub sandwiches is they have to have a pedophile.
There's always a pedophile
who's
representing
speaking.
the brand.
I've definitely seen Jimmy John's on the island. Epstein's Island. Don't ask me why I was there.
It was for justice.
I'm a billionaire. It's expected of me. This has gotten away from us because Kendall's like, seriously, how do I put my baby down?
Is that we're still on that topic?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Whiskey and tummy time. So when we were talking about doing the podcast and thinking about like topics and stuff, I was starting to think about, doing a bit. And I wasn't going to actually implement it until like episode 5. We need to get our legs underneath us and potentially start, waddling towards success. But
like the penguin.
Penguin! Jimmy John's pedophile. Take it from me, I'm a bat. Should we just re-record and everything I say is going to be in this voice? Like a deranged Batman?
When we make a Patreon episode, once we're this successful, we'll make one where we do full you're the Batman and I'm the Penguin, but our version of the Penguin.
We should start doing this and putting it up on YouTube, and we're just wearing different costumes every time we do it.
Oh my God. I saw Jimmy John hanging out in the same nightclubs, so I know he's a pedophile. I saw him on that island, I swear.
No, I wasn't there for any reason.
I was justice.
Anyways, I was going to do this bit later in the series because I thought it was too... Are you looking for your drink again? It's over there.
Why did I keep throwing my drink? Anyways.
Focus.
I'm here.
Anyways, so I was gonna do this bit. It's gonna be called a sandwich or not, because ever since Ben was younger, he is convinced everything's a sandwich. If you think about it,
I can convince you too.
but I'm deciding to bring it up now because we actually did get a question from Andrew here in Arizona, and he was like, "Hey, I want you to give your opinion on what is a sandwich." So we're gonna start that bit, Ep 1, just out the gate with some of bad things.
Listen, first, I think, and I know you kind of brought this up to me a couple days ago, you have to define what a sandwich is first, obviously.
Yes, and what's great is I actually have that definition from Merriam-Webster.com. So we're going to start this like a high school paper for our AP English classes because we're smart.
Smart.
So, as defined in Merriam-Webster Dictionary, there's 2 definitions for the noun version. And the first one is 2 or more slices of bread or a split roll having a filling in between.
That's kind of like a very
It's just standard sandwich.
yeah, I would say it's pretty standard. I think it's pretty close-minded too, but continue.
There's a second one though, which is a composite structural material consisting of layers, often of high strength facings bonded to a low strength central core. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna go with that because it really it just
Rosh Hashanah.
Basically,
That's
just
my favorite Jewish holiday. Rosh
Rosh Hashanah. Basically, anything that is composed of a standard sandwich-like esque build is a sandwich.
I like that definition more. It suits my needs better. So let's continue with that definition.
So we'll start easy. You know, BLT. Is that a sandwich?
Well, yeah, it has bread.
Okay.
Has all the toppings in the middle. Toppings are on top. It has all the fillings in the middle.
What about a panini?
Well, panini is a sandwich. Is
Okay.
that one debatable?
Actually, I did when I was doing this research. There were a couple that are like, "Is panini a sandwich?" I was like, "Yes, it's literally
It's bread.
it's a grilled sandwich. You put it in a panini press. It's a sandwich."
It's a sandwich. Okay.
Okay.
Next. Stupid. Easy. Obvious.
All right, and this one is apparently breaking people's brains. A hot dog.
Hot dog is a sandwich.
Now, here's the thing: are tacos different than sandwiches?
You want me to give out all my secrets first episode? Because yes, tacos are also sandwiches.
Well, you think about it. What are the different kinds of food? Because if you're gonna say that, and this is the argument, that a hot dog is actually a taco. It's like an American bologna taco.
Hot dog is a taco is more controversial than a hot dog is a sandwich. But go ahead.
Well, no, because a taco is a tortilla, and you fold it up, but it's not two separate pieces of bread.
Okay.
So but then if you're, that's the logic of that one. So if you're gonna say that's a taco, then a sub is also a taco, not a sandwich.
And a sub can't be a sandwich, which is why you go with a sandwich is a sandwich, a sub is a sandwich. A hot dog is a sub sandwich, and a taco is a sub sandwich. So they're all sandwiches. They're just subsections of sandwiches.
Okay, lasagna.
Sandwich. There is... Okay, I'm not even this is not a bit. I will admit...
This is no longer a bit. This is an argument. We are putting our foot down.
I will admit there are times where maybe I will say something that even I'm having a hard time believing. This is no longer a bad advice for the podcast. This is just the truth.
Welcome to our podcast, Sandwich.
This is the truth.
Muffins.
Sandwich. No, but it's literally a grain, meat, a grain. Just because it's layered, are you saying to me that a Big Mac isn't considered a sandwich?
Is a burger a sandwich?
Oh my gosh. A burger is a sandwich. It has bread, it has the meat, right? So lasagna has layers, but it still is topped. It has a layer of grain with meat, then grain.
So basically what you're saying, and I know we're gonna bring this up in later episodes. I just know it.
Yeah.
Anything that consists of layer, substance, layer is a sandwich. So an apartment building, is that a sandwich?
Am I sandwiched between the ceiling and the floor? Yes, I am. I am human meat. Pause.
I'm Shmeat. Hi, I'm Ben, and I'm meat inside of my apartment building.
No, but there's a ceiling, there's a floor, and I am sandwiched between them. Hence the term sandwiched. Apartment building, yes, sandwich.
Okay, what about a computer then?
See, this one's tricky. But here's where it's a sandwich.
And does it matter if it's a laptop or just a standalone desktop
Well,
computer?
there's sandwiches for similar reasons. It's a long sandwich that folds upwards. What's inside of the shell? This hard casing. Things that make the computer work, okay? So all of the things that make the computer work, the motherboard, the mother duck, the whatever you call it, whatever the computer stuff
the
is.
The motherboard and the stepsister board.
Stepsister board. And the third cousin board, where it's not really illegal, but it's just kind of immoral to do it. So, no, but anyways, it has all that stuff with the shell casing, which makes it a sandwich.
Sweet home Alabama. Mom, I'm coming home to you.
Motherboard.
So Okay, so a car is a car a sandwich? Doesn't matter what kind of car.
Okay, well,
Because you know what? By your definition, I'll give you like a minivan. The family of 5 is the meat.
no, the engine's the meat, idiot.
How is the engine a meat?
We're just the little pieces of whatever you add as toppings.
But then if the engine's the meat, what's the rest of the car there for? It's like you're putting the meat in like
Joe,
a subsection of the sandwich.
Do you just put bread, one piece of meat in bread? No, you add toppings. So the seats, the leather interior, the radio, toppings. Simply there to make it better.
I can't watch radio. I can't watch A Walk to Remember. I haven't cried in like 5 years. If you turned either of those on, I would start crying at the beginning.
No, but yeah, sandwich.
Okay, so
If you're talking F-150,
yeah,
still a sandwich.
yeah. So, but then what's is the bed of that F-150 then an open face sandwich itself?
No, the shell of. Oh, you're not understanding me. The motor, the engine is the meat. It's encapsulated in a shell, in a bread-like substance.
So are you saying the front of the vehicle and the back of the vehicle are the start and finish of the sandwich? So if you flip them vertically, that's what the middle of the sandwich is? Everything that goes from front to back?
It's just like a sandwich that's like all wrapped. So no matter how you flip it, it's still a sandwich. It's like when I take a burrito, which we all obviously know is a sandwich. No matter which way you flip it, it's always covered. So still a sandwich.
How about a single piece of meat? Is that a sandwich?
Don't even get me started. How thin do I have to cut this thing to make it not a sandwich? That's the question. Meat with something covering it. It might be more meat, but it's still being covered. Shout out my mom. She used to make me meat roll-ups in high school.
So, yeah, she used to do that to me, and then
To you?
Yeah, to me. She used to force feed me meat roll-ups. No,
Yeah.
she used to make those for me, and she would always forget that not always, but sometimes forget that I hated onions.
Oh.
So I'd take one big bite into this meat roll-up, and there's just this crunch of spicy onion. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it was a layer of like turkey, mayo spread all over it. I loved it, by the way. Mustard.
Yeah, but
mixed
you also what? You went into the kitchen when you were in high school.
Oh my!
And you would go and just get a single piece of salami.
Yeah.
And put cilantro on it and just eat that.
Listen, we all get cravings, and my craving just happened to be a salami cilantro sandwich.
To be honest with you, that's one of the grossest things I've ever been told. There are some things you do need to keep in that closet you came out of. Ben has a wife and a kid. So he's still in that closet. Just munching away on salami and cilantro.
I'm in the closet munching. Yeah, but yeah. You're gonna have to try harder to get me on the sandwich debate.
Crunchwrap Supremes are pretty good.
Oh god. That's disgusting.
No, they're fantastic.
No, I'm saying it's disgusting because of what happens when I eat one.
We're both pretty not okay with gluten, and so it gets bad when it happens.
I had a hot dog at a baseball game yesterday, and I had cramps all night. It's great.
He had the hot dog, and then the hot dog had him.
It had its way with me.
Step hot dog, what are you doing?
Step hot dog. You're a pedophile.
Say what you want about that Epstein guy, but
Stop you right there. You hear that, Joe? That's the Epstein alarm because you brought up Epstein now twice, so it's time to end the episode.
that's the marker we use. We don't actually pay attention to time. We just wait until I bring up Epstein twice.
And then the alarm goes off in my head and it says, all right, time to stop.
Yeah, time to go. Thanks for tuning in, all 10 of you. We'll speak to 9 of you next week.
Yeah, there's 10 people essentially along the lines of 10 people in our family. And the one person who's definitely not coming back, probably our mom. Let's be honest.
We're going to need to do something to be less of a disappointment to her. At this point, though, she should understand that that's where I'm at.
She understands it with you, but I'm still her 6th favorite child. So nowhere to go but down from here.
Yeah, we're talking biological children. The in-laws, they rank somewhere in the middle of that.
Yeah.
Thanks to my good friend Maxwell. He's mentoring us, helping us get the first few episodes out. He actually has his own podcast with his brother. They're big nerds, so they talk about nerd things called Twisted Timelines. They actually have an episode that I listened to recently that was if they were in control of making the Voldemort story into visual media, they would do a trilogy movie thing, and it's actually really, really cool.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. It sounds refreshing, honestly, to hear. So once you're finished listening to their podcast, you can come over here and listen to two brothers who have terrible opinions. So you hear really good opinions, a good relationship, terrible opinions, and just absolutely just trash from over here.
You know what? Flip it. Listen to us first.
Yeah.
Because you're going to need something after.
If you're like a good news bad person, you take the good news first. Don't listen to us first.
Yeah. No, we don't bring the good news. So, and I want to kind of add a little sprinkle of knowledge at the end of our outro song.
Yeah.
So just stick around just a little bit longer, and you can hear my sweet nugget of wisdom that you should really just mull over for the next week, and maybe we can talk about it at the beginning of our next therapy session.
Don't forget to follow us on social media. Our X handle is at Lowsocialvalue. That is the word low, the word social, and the word value. LOWSOCIALVALUE. Find out what it means to me. And on Instagram, we are at Lower Social Value. That's LOWERSOCIALVALUE. Lower Social Value. Please follow us. Send in your questions, your beef. Please do all of that. Please come back next week. Please.
Hey Ben, cover up. You're desperate at showing.
All right, Joe. Your little nugget. Go ahead and fire away.
If your parents got divorced, it's probably your fault.